have no doubt they were terrorists, they were militants, they attacked us, they killed our people. But what was going on and why they were doing what they were doing?
No. Again, we were misled that there was supposedly protests and then something sprang out of that, an assault sprang out of that. And that was easily ascertained that was not the fact. And the American people could have known that within days, and they didn't know that.
With all due respect, the fact is we had 4 dead Americans. Was it because of a protest, or was it because of guys out for a walk one night who decided they'd go kill some Americans? What difference at this point does it make? It is our job to figure out what happened and do everything we can to prevent it from ever happening again, Senator. Now, honestly, I will do my best to answer your questions about this, but the fact is that people were trying in real time to get to the best information.
Disturbing that here we are years after Benghazi, the American deaths due to the sheer incompetence and lack of concern shown for a serious situation overseas by our government back home and their weak-willed leadership lemmings overseas. And we're still seeking answers. What's even more distressing is not only that Hillary Clinton, someone a good part of the American electorate, is seriously considering handing over the executive washroom keys at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to, and who's been changing and hacksawing her story for years now. She's allowed to spread her level of despicable ignorance daily while she hopes we will forget it ever happened and pay attention to her next shiny lie. There are still those who seek to whitewash and cover up Mrs. Clinton's role in this gruesome debacle, even as the secret soldiers of Benghazi repeat the identical factual story over and over again about what really happened. Now, this weekend, I had a chance to finally take in the movie 13 Hours, the movie that at the very beginning does not say this is based on a true story or based on a book. The disclaimer in the first few minutes would like us to believe this is a true story. And when the final frames of this movie flicker out and we are left drained, spent at watching portrayals of Americans putting their lives on the line against incredible odds and those murderous thugs who pray to their God and then head out to butcher anybody and everybody they can, even the most stringent supporter of Her Majesty and her lemmings is forced to wonder how much of this really did happen, and could it be we have indeed been lied to by this distaffed, duplicitous dilettante?
Hey, we're coming in. We're on property. Chief, are we expecting any friendlies?
I am not aware of any friendlies.
Let them come. Let them come.
Look, just because it says it's true doesn't mean it is. There are absolutely dramatic licenses taken and plenty of things that are hyped here for the sake of selling tickets. That's Hollywood. It's a movie. But when you read the book, talk to those who were there, and watch the film, you cannot help but be drawn in and put everything together, piece together what is stated as fact to this day, and then witness in a dramatic sense what death and duty really mean when they are right in your face. It is just a movie. We get it. But see it, read the book, do your research about the facts, and then ask why a nation of such bravery would allow someone with real blood on their hands to lead this country. Critics want us to forget it ever happened. What difference does it make, they'll chirp, and be as despicable in their devotion to protecting America as many believe Hillary Clinton is, and what she says and doesn't say every single day. That is telling it like it is. Rock on, true believers. Thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget, come right back here because we're heading right up to the Iowa caucuses. And, of course, Mrs. Clinton still seeking to be president. We'll cover it more again tomorrow night right here on The Hardline.